Hey guys, how are you doing? Good? Come on. How are you doing? This is a bunch of conservatives here hanging out. We've got, people who all know how to define the word woman. It's great. It's a great thing. Great community here. Oh, wow. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like all the people here, are elected to be chairman and elected to state senate, all these things. All I do is try to put out some of the stuff that the local corporate media doesn't put out and try to push other grassroots groups, their message out to people. I do want to talk about a couple of things, so I'll just start. Ibram Kendi said in How to Be an Anti-Racist that the only remedy to past discrimination is present discrimination, and the only remedy to present discrimination is future discrimination. This has become the rallying cry for an entire political party in the United States. We have South Carolina teachers passing Ibram's books out to their students right now, defending their choices and even being awarded by the South Carolina Department of Education for doing it. That's not a joke, you can look it up. Okay? I'm not kidding. A woke white teacher in Beaufort County filmed herself making an argument that if a person is black, that they have the right to burn American cities to the ground. She was teaching her children this, her students. It went viral. This, again, not a joke. You can find it right now. Okay? She said that it was okay for them to do this because of past injustice. So this seems like a logical progression of Kendi's philosophies, that the only remedy for past injustice, actual or perceived, seems to be present destruction, according to the left. This type of indoctrination has been going on for quite some time, and that's why it took such a small spark in 2020 to light the entire nation aflame, which even led to riots and mob rule in the holy city. The progression of this dangerous, destructive indoctrination continues unfettered today, and it will continue for as long as we allow it. The leftist ideology is one of familial breakdown and government control of every aspect of an individual's life, including their mind. All of the most powerful autocrats and oligarchs have always known that in order to retain complete control over a population, that the state must replace the family as the primary authority on education and morality. Confusion is the name of the game when it comes to control, and the Democrats have weaponized the New Age philosophy of moral relativism to reset our society. We look around and we see it happening all over. Whether it's teaching 6-year-old girls that they could be boys, or whether it's telling people that babies are racist, which is another book written for children by Ibram Kendi. It claims exactly that. This isn't conjecture or hyperbole. These are the goals of the left. Not only the stated goals of the left, but the celebrated goals of the left. There are states, state legislators, even some people at the US Capitol that are fighting against these society-killing absurdities, and there are a few here in this state, thankfully. Bryan Adams is one. But there aren't enough. We couldn't even get our Republican supermajority in the State House to pass an anti-CRT and anti-divisive concept bill last week. Now, they're playing a bunch of games. Deals are being made behind the scenes in an attempt to push that bill through and bypass the crossover process to go into the Senate. If you want to know more about that, you can come talk to me after this. But even then, the word is that the Senate has, as a body, has no intention of passing the anti-CRT bill, even if it gets to them and bypasses the crossover procedure. Why are they doing this? It could be one of two things. Either the Republican majority wants these concepts to remain in school. I don't think that's the case. Or the members are too weak and scared to do what's necessary in these culture wars. And make no mistake, this is a culture war. This is no small thing. This week, just this week, a parent sent me a book that their 6-year-old daughter had brought home from an elementary school right down the street. Okay? This book was about Harvey Milk. Harvey Milk, do you know who he was? Do we know who Harvey Milk was? Okay, he was the first openly gay person elected to a California office, but he was also a pederast. I'm not going to go into what that is exactly. Suffice it to say, he took advantage of teenage boys. That's the fact, okay? So, won't go deeper into that, it's a family event, but it's strange who the left decides to hold up as their heroes, and it's strange to honor such a man in children's books that are at elementary school libraries in South Carolina. That's strange to me. I put this out on social media, and wouldn't you know it, the people who came to comment and tell us that we're all crazy and homophobic and racist for some reason. Harvey Milk was a white guy. But all of these things, they started lobbing at anyone who spoke out against this. Every single one of them were South Carolina teachers. Every one. We're talking dozens of people. Our tax money is paying for far left indoctrination of teachers under the guise of equity training each and every semester in all corners of the state. I have PowerPoint presentations, I have recordings of the classes as they're taking place. If you sign up for the overtonreport.substack.com, it'll come right to your inbox within the next week or two. We're working on it right now and give you a card. But this is real, and it's here in South Carolina. The indoctrinated are now indoctrinating. And this is not simply a school issue. That's actually just one of the places that this is most visible. A microcosm of what is happening in every single bureaucracy in each Democrat-led city, county, and state. The city of Charleston, for example, fought for nearly 2 years for an Equity, Inclusion, and Racial Conciliation Commission, which was nothing more than critical race theory or critical theory at large being implemented. And it failed the first time because so many of us showed up and fought against it. Well, they brought it back. They brought it back about 6 months later, and in order to keep us from speaking out against it, they locked 125 citizens out of City Hall because of COVID passports, okay? They locked us out. They locked us out of our city government because they knew that the COVID issue and the Marxist critical theory issue had an overlap in opposition. They put this vaccine policy in effect for 3 meetings, and then right after passing the Equity, Inclusion, and Conciliation Commission, they ended the policy, so you no longer needed a vaccine passport. The thing is, the left will use every tool necessary and the ends justify the means in their minds, and that Machiavellian attitude is most dangerous when the people who hold it see government as the primary authority over their lives and the main tool to be used to shape society. We've seen these tactics go off the rails many times throughout modern history when used by governments, and yet when we bring these issues to our elected officials, it's like pulling teeth to get them to take the smallest action. If there's one thing I can leave you with today, we, the people, have been lulled into believing that it's our job to vote, maybe help a campaign during an election, and that's the end of it. What I've learned in my short couple of years in the arena is that this is only the beginning. We have to act as if we are a lobby group. Those equity training companies have lobbyists. Those woke teachers have lobbies, like SC for Ed. And they're using those lobbies to keep pressure on our elected officials, forcing them into inaction. We do have the tools to compete. We have to apply pressure. We have to do the same thing that they're doing, and we have to be relentless. But we have to do it to move the ball in a positive direction. We can do this even if sometimes it makes us uncomfortable or seems too steep of a hill to climb. We can do this, and we have to. Keep fighting. Join Moms for Liberty, too.
Thank you, Corey.